How could a single sentence from Jungkook make Jimin cry in public and trigger a massive global hysteria from ARMY? What really happened behind that emotional statement? This incident, which shook BTS fans around the world, did not happen during a concert or an official interview, but behind the scenes of a military event that was previously considered ordinary. However, unexpectedly, from a restricted room bound by protocol came a statement from Jungkook that made Jimin unable to hold back his tears, and furthermore, revealed an emotional condition that had long been hidden from the public eye. The statement leaked onto social media in the form of a short video clip, but its effect spread widely and quickly, even triggering global trending on various platforms within hours. Intense reactions, wild speculation, and outpourings of emotion from fans rocked the ARMY community internationally. The chronology began when Jimin was granted permission to visit one of the confidential military training locations where Jungkook was undergoing his mandatory service. Not many knew that the meeting had been specially arranged by the agency to document the emotional bonds among BTS members during their military service. But unexpectedly, the interaction that was captured contained one of the most touching moments ever in their career journey. Jungkook, with a hoarse voice and deeply personal tone, said something to Jimin that later became a global spotlight. "Hyung, I know I couldn't protect everything back then, but now, I want to make up for it," said Jungkook, which was then followed by a long silence before Jimin suddenly lowered his head and cried. That sentence, although short and vague, carried an incredibly deep emotional burden, especially considering the professional and personal relationship between Jungkook and Jimin that has always appeared solid to the public. The statement reopened old discourse that once emerged. Was there a critical moment within BTS's internal relationships that had long been intentionally concealed by management? The phrase "couldn't protect everything back then" sparked broad speculation about internal conflict, industry pressure, or even long-held feelings of guilt. Several internal sources from HYB Entertainment eventually spoke anonymously. One senior staff member involved in BTS's military documentary production stated that the meeting between Jimin and Jungkook had been emotional from the start. There was no script, no specific direction. They were simply asked to speak heart to heart, and it turned out, Jungkook chose that moment to express something he had been holding back, said the source. This statement strengthened the impression that Jungkook's words were not mere casual remarks, but a form of confession long suppressed. Even more surprisingly, several Korean media began linking the incident to Jimin's recent decision to quietly remain active in social and community projects, despite avoiding media attention. Many speculated that one of the things Jungkook regretted was the lack of internal support when Jimin became the target of harsh comments from netizens and media mid-last year regarding his mental health, an issue which at the time was denied by the agency. Could Jungkook's words be a form of moral responsibility for Jimin's condition back then? Celebrity psychologist and Korean media consultant Dr. Min Ji-soo, in an interview with a local TV station, stated that Jungkook's sentence likely stemmed from guilt or a sense of having lost control over something that happened in the past. The sense of helplessness internalized during high-pressure periods such as global promotions or internal group conflict can resurface as an emotional outburst, especially when someone feels isolated, such as during military service, she explained. Jimin himself, following the incident, has not released an official statement. However, days after the video spread, he posted a handwritten note on Weverse containing only one sentence. "I didn't expect you to still remember." This sentence became the subject of deep analysis in fan forums, and further strengthened many ARMY's belief that there truly was an important event in the past that the members and management deliberately kept private. Many ARMYs expressed that this incident serves as a reminder that the bond between BTS members is far more complex and emotional than what is seen on screen. Many also began revisiting their old interviews, searching for small clues that may have previously been overlooked, from backstage interactions to song lyrics that might carry hidden meanings. From an industry standpoint, this incident reflects the significant dilemma faced by K-pop groups as they try to maintain a perfect public image while concealing heavy personal pressures. BTS, though known as a group that is very open and close to their fans, must still deal with internal dynamics that cannot always be shared publicly. In this case, Jungkook's sentence serves as a small window into the emotional reality behind the glamorous K-pop facade. However, Amid the waves of emotion, hysteria, and global reactions that erupted after the news of Jimin's tears upon hearing Jungkook's statement spread widely, one fundamental question must not be overlooked. Did this event truly happen? Is the moment real, based on an authentic interaction? Or is it simply part of a narrative deliberately constructed to generate public attention and increase media exposure? In today's digital era, where the lines between fact and opinion often blur, the public is required not only to be consumers of information but also to be sharp filters of the truth. Many of us are immediately carried away by emotional narratives circulating through video clips, dramatic captions on TikTok, intense speculation on Twitter, as well as long commentaries on YouTube channels and entertainment news sites. But have we asked ourselves, who is the original source of this information? Was there an official statement from the agency? Does the video show the full context, or is it merely edited to manipulate emotion? Is this a form of emotional exploitation toward a deeply loyal fandom, or a reflection of the very human dynamics among BTS members? Of course, there is nothing wrong with feeling empathy or being emotionally affected by a touching story. However, behind it all, it is important for us to cultivate skepticism, not in a cynical sense but in a critical one. What are the consequences if the story turns out to be merely the result of a dramatized viral content edit? What if Jungkook's statement was actually general, but social media narratives exaggerated it for the sake of clicks and attention? Furthermore, should we interrogate the role of media in shaping public perception of artists? Has the consumption of emotional, clickbait, and viral information replaced the values of verification, accuracy, and balanced journalism? Why are people more likely to believe a single viral TikTok video than wait for an official clarification from Big Hit or a credible media outlet? Is it because we want to feel connected emotionally rather than be right factually? Through this article, we do not intend to diminish the value of the story or underestimate its impact on fans. But we invite you, readers, followers, and loyal fans, to reflect and ask yourselves, do I believe because of the facts, or because I want to believe in the story? Am I seeking the truth or emotional comfort from a narrative that aligns with my hopes for the relationship among BTS members? It is important to note that all the information we present comes from various social media and digital platform sources, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other online entertainment media. However, it must be emphasized that the truth of each piece of information still needs further verification. Not everything that looks dramatic is real, and not everything that goes viral contains absolute truth. Therefore, we invite you to continue thinking critically, to question every piece of information you receive, and not to rush into conclusions just because it's viral. Today's information world is a stage where illusion and reality blend. Hence, skepticism is not a weakness, it is a shield that protects us from manipulation. What do you think? Do you believe this event is real? Or is it merely the product of a media narrative shaped for the sake of algorithms and engagement? Let us begin this discussion openly and reflectively, because in the end, truth does not always come from what moves the heart the most, but from what can withstand being tested.